Okay, Matteo here again. Last time we finished building the initial house. So in this episode we will be building a bamboo farm, because bamboo it's a fantastic item to have early game wood to craft chests and hoppers and crafting tables and anything that is wood based and it can be crafted with any type of wood. Bamboo is a really good choice. Also, it's a building block that I personally like a lot, so I want to have a nice supply of bamboo, and we want to build a nice bamboo farm. The problem, well, as you can see, I brought the cat and I put some of the items in the shelves in here. Some of the items that I have distributed in this chest. This will probably not last for long, but it will be very, very functional and useful while we use it, because we just come here, throw everything in this chest, and the columns just organized everything. I think I have to right click on them with the axe because they are oxidizing. They aren't waxed. So I have to find that and wax them so that I don't have to constantly remove the oxide from them, so that they do not become statues and stop working. Anyways, so we'll be building the bamboo farm, but first I am going. When I built the initial house, I removed the little crops I had in here, and those crops were the things the wheat I had in those crops. I was using it to feed these cows, and these cows are providing me with beeves, and those beeves I'm turning them into stacks, and this is the food that has been sustaining me since the beginning of the game. And I think I'm just gonna plant some. I'm gonna make a small crop here. I don't know, like a small square or something here. It'll be temporary. I want to build a wheat farm, but not yet. I want to build the bamboo farm first. So all these nice farms and small projects at the beginning of the game, because this is the beginning of the game still. This is a long-term series, so I expect to play in this map for a long time. So this is still the beginning of the game. Maybe the first 50 episodes or 100 episodes I'll continue to say that. I suppose there's some subjectivity to it, because it has no end. There's no ending for this, okay? So I'm going to build that small wheat farm. I'm going to plant some wheat seeds in here, and then the problem is that we don't have, I didn't mention that, the problem is that we don't have bamboo. We need to find a single piece of bamboo, and we haven't found it. So we're going to have to go explore a little, and maybe we'll be finding a lot of things, not just bamboo. We'll pick up anything that we think it's going to be useful for the future projects on the way, and yeah, well, primarily we'll be focusing on finding the bamboo. So I am going to plant the crops, and I'll get ready to leave, to depart, because I don't know how far I'll have to explore. I believe I want to take the horse for this. I'll just take a boat and a crafting table and some food, and we'll be on the adventure looking for that bamboo and for a few other stuff, I suppose. We can put this here so that the bees do not get angry, pissed off at me when I farm the beehive. So I can get this if I right click on it with the cheese, and I can also right click on it with a bottle once it's filled and get some honey. So yeah, we have like a small honey farm in the, and it's wonderful. Okay, so let's see if I can give it to this one. There you go. Okay, I think we've got everything we need. We've got a crafting table, a bed, a boat. I don't know if I should take some backup for the tools, but maybe not. I'm just gonna risk it. I don't expect to go too far, so I'm just gonna go explore. I don't know. I have to pick a direction to do that, you know, and I haven't. Maybe that way. Yeah, maybe that way, and see if we can find one of the biomes at which we can find the bamboo. Okay, I think we are ready to go, and it is raining, so it's gonna be a difficult journey, but yeah, the goal is to find that bamboo. I hope that it doesn't take me too long, and to pick up everything that I think it's useful on the path, make it productive. So yeah, first time exploring the world, so let's do it. Okay, first interesting thing that we find in the exploration, I think. We found a swamp. It's the first one we found. It's not too far away from the house, like 1,000 blocks, let's say. And that's a witch hut, which means that we can make a witch farm that's not too far away from our initial house, from the place we're at, where our base is going to reside. So that's cool. We have a witch farm, and well, we have a witch hut and a witch farm possibility with it. It's a bit laggy because it is generating terrain, so yeah, I'm just gonna continue exploring and focus on the bamboo that I want to find. Just found a big mangrove biome and a small savanna, and a big ocean. And I grabbed some kelp. I think we're gonna use this in the future, so I want to plant some close to my house. Well, let's continue. Okay, I think I found a place where we can find bamboo, which is jungle. Yeah, in here most certainly we're gonna find what we're looking for, and that's beautiful because it's like 2,000 blocks away from the house, but it's fine. We'll try to focus on finding it. So I'm gonna explore a little, and the moment I see one, I'll be back with you. There we have it. You see there's some bamboo there. Okay, it was a little difficult to get up here, but finally. So this will give me something. No advancement, just new recipes. So that's literally all we need. Just with one will be enough for our purposes because this thing multiplies quite fast. But yeah, well, if I see more things, I'll grab them. So now that I've found what I was looking for, I'm just gonna explore a little. If I see anything interesting, maybe I'll record it. And yeah, I'll start heading back towards the house and start making the preparations for the bamboo farm. The first preparation is to plant these bamboo so that we can multiply it and start thinking of the materials and of how big I am going to build this bamboo farm and which type of bamboo farm, because there's many types of them. I think we're going to be using one of those flying machines. At this point of the game, I believe that's going to be the most efficient thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna grab a few things in here, explore a little, see if I see anything interesting. And jungles are one of my favorite biomes. They are very pretty. I don't know, there's something about them that I really like. So in the future maybe we'll be constructing something in the jungle. Look at these parrots in here, so beautiful. There's another one flying around. Look at that. Oh, it gives me an advancement for looking into it with the spyglass. It's wonderful. Yeah, this biome, I like it a lot. So I think I'm gonna head back, and I think I'm gonna start going back and start building the bamboo farm, I suppose. I'm not gonna grab any wood or anything since we have to optimize our inventory as much as we can, because we have limited storage capabilities both in our house and in our inventory. We have no shulker boxes or ender chest, not yet, so we have to be smart about it. Okay, I am close to my house now, and I just saw these nice turtles. So I think that we can breed them if we give them that seagrass. So let's try to do that. Well, it seems like I need silk touch or cheese or something to grab that grass. I don't remember exactly, so we'll check it on later. Anyways, it's not urgent, it's just to know that we have some nice turtles in here, and in case at any time we need them for something. So they're cool. Okay, just a quick note here. On the journey I found these lodestones in a chest on one of those portals in nether portals in ruins, and this is an item that I've never used. I think I'm gonna give it a try. So apparently if you place this guy and you craft a compass, you can alter the compass to point at this guy and it'll look like this. So if I go away from the house, I don't have to look at the coordinates if I have one of these things pointing at the house. So I believe I'm going to start using this, not just for these, but for many things. You can actually craft them. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but yeah, I'm going to start using these guys. Okay, preparations. So the first thing that we're going to do, it's actually plant these bamboo. You can really plant it anywhere you want, so that we can multiply it, and that way we'll have enough to plant the farm once we have it. So these guys they can grow between 12 and 16 blocks if I am not mistaken, and they need a certain level of light level to grow. So you see some of them are already growing. They are really fast. I need to pick a spot first. So I want that farm to be close to my house. I think this is a good spot to do it. I think I'll just clean the terrain a little if necessary, and I'll define what I want to do, and I'll be with you in a minute, I guess. Okay, so I took the liberty of building this small flying machine of camera to decide how big I want the farm. So I want to use a single flying machine, and yeah, that means that if we put the pistons that move the machine in the middle, we have this limit basically. So it's like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 blocks on each side. I am just testing it. I haven't. Oh, it doesn't work. Great. Why? Okay, it's actually 8, not 9. 8 on each side because of the limit that piston have to move blocks. So yes, this flying machine concept is widely used, very simple. You just have a sticky piston in here, another sticky piston in here, and an observer block here and an observer block here. Both observers are facing, the output of the observers is facing to the piston. So when the observer moves, it actually detects that as an update, and it'll send a redstone pulse and it'll activate the piston, and everything happens basically in a loop. So if this is the input, when I hit this button, the observer detects it as an update. It'll power this piston. When it powers this piston, if I disconnect these two lines of slime blocks to make it easier to understand, when I push this button, the observer detects that as an update, powers the sticky piston. The sticky piston pushes these two slime blocks, and this piston and this observer, those 4 blocks are going to get pushed, and if I connect this, it's going to push these 4 blocks and all that line. Once that is pushed, this observer is going to detect that as an update because it moved, and once it is in position, it's going to activate this piston, which will extend and retract, let's say, these 4 blocks and this line of slime blocks as well. So that way, well, when it retracts, it'll move these 4 blocks. Then in the new position, this observer will move, so it'll be an update for it, and it will extend and move this line, and it will retract and move the other line, and like that it'll continue until it reaches a point where it can't continue. In this case, it's a furnace that I'm using because furnaces are immovable blocks and they stop the machine. So I basically want to build the flying machine first to determine the dimensions of the farm before I build any structure or anything, or plant any bamboo. And well, I am going to design kind of a box, I suppose, or a small house. I don't know what I'm going to do for it, but I'm going to build a small area here for the bamboo farm now that I have determined the dimensions of my farm. Okay, I was exploring a little because I needed sand to build the bamboo farm, and I found what I was looking for, I think. And I also found this desert. So yeah, I'm gonna this desert and these I don't remember the name of this biome, but well, yeah, I found one of these, and that means we have some nice building blocks. So maybe I'll pick something for the farm, for the house, I don't know, and I'll get some sand, and I'll also store the coordinates. I have to tell that I am enjoying the seed up until now. It's pretty diverse. I have found many biomes, and I haven't had to move like crazy amounts of blocks, so from the spawn chunks, I mean. So I am liking the seed up until now, but we'll make a portal through the nether to get to this area, to come here, get sand and maybe some terracotta out of this biome, or any of the resources that this place has to offer. Okay, some a little bit of a heads up here. I designed these walls. I think I like them. Okay, I finished the walls. Well, I finished the design of the walls. The idea is to put or to use some blocks to create contrast so that the shapes that I made are noticed also from a distance. Also, we have to make this a small hole down here because, well, this is gonna be, let me explain really quickly. This is where the hopper minecarts are going to go. This is where the bamboo is going to go, and down here we're going to build a small collection system. I think I'm going to use one that was designed by Ilmangos, which is quite reliable and brilliant, and it works very, very good for these types of farms. So I have to solve no problem basically. I just have to put that system in here. But I think I'm gonna have a problem with that, and I am missing a resource to build it. So I'll see what I'll do. The first thing I need to get is to, well, I dig an extra hole because I don't want to put the rails for the minecart, for the hopper minecarts, on top of dirt. So I want a kind of a more solid block. Maybe I'll go back to that mesa biome and grab some of that terracotta of different colors and maybe try some combinations to see what I like. Also for the both for the walls and for the floor here for the minecarts. And then we'll build the small collection system once we get that missing piece that we don't have. I have an idea to get it quickly. I'll tell you about it when we get there. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go get some blocks, finish the walls, put the floor, put all the rails, and I'll see you then. Okay, a little bit of a heads up. I built a small tunnel through the nether, and actually, what happened to the horse that I brought? I found, oh, here it is. I changed my horse. I found one that's a little bit faster, and I want to show you what the progress that we made. I'll show you the bamboo farm in a moment. Oh, laggy. So I built this small tunnel. I moved the portal basically from where it's spawned at all the way up to this top. We have these guys in here. That's a problem. Okay, no problem. We have to do something about that. We have to spawn-proof the tunnel. But I built this small tunnel like this basically to, well, first this big so that I can use the horses through it, and also it takes me to the nice place that we found. So here we have the nice biome with all the terracotta.
and we have some nice jungle biomes that way, nice savannas, plains, warm ocean, lukewarm ocean, and the desert, which is the most important thing. So this is going to be our sand supply for a long time, and it's really big. I mean it extends all the way there. It's big. I have to explore a little. It will also offer us a possibility for new things. So yeah, that's a little bit of progress. I used terracotta blocks to, well, I didn't capture it, I just, oh, we have a guy there, so let me deal with it, and so I can explain. Okay, now that I killed him, I got a donkey here, and I made this small guy out of these two. This one has decent speed, and the donkey has decent speed as well, so I hope this small guy, once it grows, has decent speed as well. The good thing about this one, this is a mule, right? It's the cross between a donkey and a normal horse. The good thing about it is that I can equip it, if I'm not mistaken, I can equip that one with a chest, and that way I can have a little more room in my inventory, especially when I come here to pick up stuff, terracotta blocks, sand, or just from general exploration.
So maybe you could see it before, I'm not sure. This is the design I came up with. I worked on it for a while. It's a little plain for now, so maybe it will be suffering some modifications. This is the side, and the back's just exactly the same as the front. So I like this combination of blocks. I think it looks nice. Maybe different from all the bamboo farms that I've built before. So if there's something that I can see as improvement, and in time I'll be building some volume so that it looks a bit better. But for now, those are the colors we're going to manage. So that's what the walls are going to be like. So this is the system I was telling you about. This was designed by Ilmango. This small system, basically, it's a picking up system, and it works with the minecart with Hopper. So let me demonstrate a little what it does. In order to do that, now remember I told you that I am missing an item to make this work properly. Well, it's basically an item that's gonna be placed in this block. We'll use this trapdoor temporarily to simulate it, but with the trapdoor the system's not going to work properly. So we're just going to set it up and try to look for the item that's missing. It's basically either an amethyst cluster, a mob, or a mob head. But we'll talk about it later. For now, let's just see how this works in a small demonstration. So basically, this is going to have any type of item. In this case, it's going to be bamboo. I just don't happen to have in my inventory right now. So when I send the hopper or the minecart with hopper, it will spawn here from this dispenser. It'll move. It'll pick up all the items, bamboo, blah blah blah. When it comes back, the system's going to destroy the minecart, and when it is set up properly, all the items, all the content, all the bamboo that's inside of the minecart is going to land on top of this rail, and the minecart is going to land, or it's going to get sucked up by this hope right here, which is pointing to this dropper, and it'll be stored in there until I tell the system to activate again. Or if I don't have the module locked, because there's a way to lock it, it'll just dispense the minecart again, and the system will keep going in a loop. But it's not going to work properly. I mean, the only thing that's not working properly without the item that's missing is that the minecart, it's landing with the items, with the contents of the minecart, and we don't want that to happen. We want the minecart to get sucked by these hopper, and for that we need to put something that has the right hitbox instead of this trapdoor here, so that the minecart can get aligned in a way that it can get sucked up by this hopper once it is destroyed by lava that's in this, oh great, in this cauldron. So yeah, you can go check Ilmango's video. I think I'll leave that on the description. Maybe he does a better job at explaining it. And yeah, well, it'll basically pick up all the bamboo, and it'll do it very quickly. He also designed this so that you can put it like one module right next to the other one, so that you can stack them all. That means I can put one, oh, there's a guy there, I have to deal with it. Okay, it'll be later. He designed this so that you could stack one module right next to the other one. Just repeat what's in here, and that's it.
We could do that, but I believe because of the fact that this is a little expensive for me right now, I think what I'll do is I'll just separate one block. I'll leave one block of separation between module and module, and I'll make the minecart of this module go all the way back there, turn around, come back here, and exactly at this block I'll make it bounce. I'll make the minecart bounce. Oh, great. Okay, I think I've fixed the damage that the creeper did in here. Anyways, as I was explaining, I don't even remember what I was saying. Okay, so, well, oh yes, I was saying that we were, I am going to leave one block of separation between module and module, basically to save resources. I'm just going to build another module right next to this one, and, well, maybe show you how it's done, and that'll be it. So basically, I think I crafted all the materials I need for another module, so since I am going to leave one block of separation here, I'll do this. Beautiful. So as you can see, you're going to put a node block there. That's going to be the input. You're going to place an observer block facing upwards, like that. Oh, too many things in my inventory. You need a detector rail on top of that observer, and you need another observer block facing that way, and right here you need to connect the output of that observer to this dropper, and right on top of the dropper you'll put the dispenser, and this can be a normal block, I think, and this rails, well, I'll finish placing the rails. There's a small modification I'd like to make to this, well, not modification I think, but it's basically just replacing these two rails for powered rails so that it is a little faster when it takes off, when the minecart gets dispensed. Anyways, a hopper facing towards this dropper, a cauldron right on top of the hopper. You fill the cauldron with lava. This trapdoor that you see right here is not entirely necessary, it's just to prevent the items from going anywhere once the minecart gets unloaded. And on top of this you're just going to put a mob block. And, well, as I was saying, I think I'm going to change this a little. Well, that's how you build one of these modules, and so they're all exactly the same, and you could even put them together. As I was saying, it is designed so that you can do that, but I am going to do these so that I save a little bit of resources, because yes, it's a little expensive. Dispenser, dropper, 2 observers, a node block per module. It's a little expensive for me right now, so I'm just going to use half of the, if I leave one block of separation, they are still going to pick up all the bamboo, and sorry about that, and I am going to use half of the resources. Anyways, so I'm going to collect all the materials that I need to finish this array of things. Maybe see if I can get the right item. The problem is that to get the amethyst cluster I need silk touch, so that's an enchantment. A little difficult to get that now. The other option, it's a mob head, or the other option, it's a half-eaten cake, but I believe with the orientation we have in here we aren't going to be able to have it unless we change the modules, the orientation of the modules. I'll test it, we'll see, but I believe we're going to have to go for either the mob head or the amethyst cluster. But before we do that, I'm just going to get all the modules constructed and place all the rails, and I'll make sure that all the minecarts are able to complete its journey for each individual module, and I'll see you when that's done, I guess. Okay, so I tried the cake solution I was telling you about, but I have
a directional problem with it. So this hitbox have cake, it's useful for this application, but the cake would have to be facing this way. This orientation is just not useful. So in order to make this work, I'll have to change the orientation of the modules. And even though it's possible, I found an even better solution, which is Silk Touch. So basically, I took one of the guys that I had here, and I put him here, and I used a lectern. So I gave him a profession, the librarian profession. I forgot the name. And basically, I removed and placed the lectern until I got the enchantment that I wanted. And I was lucky, actually, because it's very cheap. 15 emeralds is not a lot, and it didn't take me a long time to get it. So I just removed and placed the lectern a few times so that he got the profession, and every time he gets the profession, he gets a new random enchantment. So the thing is that if I make him lose the profession again, and I place the lectern and he regains the profession, he's going to change his traits. I don't want that to happen, because this is a valuable enchantment, and it's going to solve my problem for the bamboo farm, to finish the bamboo farm, basically for the picking up system. So I am going to trade. What I want to say about this is that once you trade something with them, they lock on those traits and they lock on that profession. So even if I remove the lectern, or if I move the guy, or if something happens, unless he dies, of course, but if something happens to his profession, he loses it and he regains the profession, he's not going to change the traits if I trade one of these things. So once I buy or trade at least one thing with him, one of the things he has, he'll begin to raise his level, and he will not change these traits. They will be permanent. So that's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna grab a book and a few emeralds and buy a Silk Touch. So now I can actually show you how this works properly. So if we put this amethyst cluster in there, the minecart's going to collide with it, and the hitbox that it has, it's going to collaborate with the system. It's going to locate the minecart perfectly, so that when it falls down and it will be forced on landing in these rails, its hitbox will be touching the lava, but the minecart would still count as if it were in this block. So the hopper will basically be able to suck it, and all the items that it contains, the minecart with hopper I mean, will end up on top of this block. Okay, so let's check a little bit on the advancement. Well, first of all, we've placed all the minecarts and all the things, and we placed a small circuit to control all the modules with this lever right here. So if I flick it, all the minecarts go. They should pick up all the bamboo. I also placed these extra powered rails to make sure the minecarts are able to make it back. If I leave it in a loop, they go back and do their thing. And if I want to stop them, I just flick that lever, and when they come back, they should all get nicely stored in their respective droppers. That's very good. Also, the flying machine is operational now. So let's see if I put this here and I push it. It should get there. So the only thing is that I want to put a small circuit to make the flying machine fly back to the initial position. Okay, so here's the small circuit that makes the machine flies back to its initial position. So it is just this. There you go. It flies back. So this is just an observer block here, facing upwards. When the machine arrives, it's going to give an update to the observer. The observer is going to charge this block. It has a redstone repeater with a bit of delay, and a redstone torch connected to the redstone lamp right here. That redstone lamp is going to be right in front of that observer when the machine flies all the way to this side of the farm, and this observer will power this repeater through this block once it gets the update. That's all it is, really. Okay, here we are ready for the test now. So we're going to build an actually a better access point and a better control for this to initiate it, but for now we are going to collect some bamboo like this. So let's hit it. It might get a little laggy while it collects the farm. So that harvests all the bamboo, and it should send the machine back. There it comes. Oh, I added these doors also, one here and one there, to get inside of this area, if necessary, at any point. And well, we'll be activating this two systems independently for now. So this should pick up all the bamboo, and we'll be picking up manually. So all the bamboo should end up here. When the minecarts come back, we'll see it. Let's stop it. Oh, something happened to this. Oh, the trapdoor. Okay, but if I remove it, yep, the minecart gets destroyed and the cycle ends. Oh, I didn't think about that. Let me see. Okay. Okay, well, I opened these trapdoors because they were here, so that they're gonna be here at the end, so that the bamboo doesn't fly away from this block. But I'm going to remove them. I placed these levers in here so that I could cross, but yeah, I think I'm just going to remove them. It's interesting what happened in here. When I opened the trapdoor, which is supposed to be in this position, the hitbox of the trapdoor actually allowed the minecart to step on top of it, and it was preventing the minecart from falling basically when I opened the trapdoor. So, but because of the amethyst it's here, the minecart it's still aligned perfectly, let's say, so that when it falls down, it gets destroyed by the cauldron, by the lava inside of the cauldron, and it gets sucked by the hopper that's directly below it. So it's kind of a nice way to demonstrate how the system works. It was an accident, but anyways, I'm just gonna remove these trapdoors for now. Let's see if we can make another small test. Why not? It won't be. Maybe I didn't even have to activate the farm, you know, maybe there was bamboo spread around just with one pass. The minecarts might not be able to grab it all, but anyways, let's just see it at least once. I think it's satisfying, you know. So I sent the minecarts. They should all come back, and when they do, all the bamboo should get. Yep, exactly. It will end up on top of each corresponding block, and yeah, beautiful. This is what we want. So we'll be collecting bamboo like this for now. We need this early game wood for many things: hoppers, chests, many other things that you use. You can also use it as fuel if you want. And the building blocks, they are actually quite pretty. I like them. I've always liked bamboo. I think it's one of my favorite items, and it's really, really useful. So in the next episode, we'll be building a small system, hopefully with crafters, with these guys right here probably, so that we can compact all these bamboo. Well, I'll explain that in the next episode, what the idea is. So yeah, we're going to do that, and hopefully we're going to build some sort of storage area that's going to be exclusive for storing the bamboo this farm produces. So at least a part of the next episode is going to be invested on that. If I can do it off camera and just expose it on the next episode, I'll do it, and we'll just jump on the next project. But yeah, that was it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Matteo here. See you in the next one, I guess. Bye bye.